This is the first thing I'm recording for the Devlog for Exoskeleton. Just try something new. I'm going to be doing it every now and then, instead of just trying to write it all up and then talking about it. So yeah, Ren'Py is fucking stupid. What I mean by that is that it's more of my computer thing. For whatever reason, it just doesn't want to show images. But I know on my PC, for whatever it worked just fine for another project. So my idea is to put it on GitHub and transfer the files over, since I'm going to have it be open source anyways. I spent like all night writing the script, and then just to have it not work out because Ren'Py doesn't feel like it. Plus I have like no storage on my laptop either way, so moving over to my PC, just a better option. Since this is a game jam, I wanted to treat it a bit differently than how I did with Jack-like participants. So my thought process was to write the script for each day and night, and then after I finished that, to then put the code in the game with placeholder assets. Just sketch them out really quick and then fine-tune them later. It's September 5th, and I have not a single sprite done for any characters. Just 2 pieces of concept art and a third one that's not finished. This will be great. We're restarting. It's like more than a week into the game jam, and I haven't made too much progress with it, so instead of going for a bit of a bigger approach than I was thinking of before, I'm shrinking it down, so it's more of a couple like branching paths that lead into possible deaths instead of just one long story. I want to take inspiration from the Wrong Turn movies that I've been seeing recently instead of Alien, which was what I was originally going for. So instead of a sci-fi kind of thing, something a bit more, I wouldn't say realistic, but more detailed. I looked at last year's game jam and noticed one of the I think it's like second place, I don't remember, but it was basically just like a realistic background with a small character sprite to the left and then one giant text scroll. And I want to go off of something similar like that to give it more detail, since it is more visual novel kind of deal instead of a point and click, which is what I was kind of going for at first. The main question is why, and it's because I just can't go off the scope of what I wanted, what I just like written down in the script, what I had underlined, stuff like that. I just can't, and at least not in this time. It's similar to what I did with Jack-like participants when I was originally using Ren'Py, and that took ages for me to use, and even then it was garbage, which is why I switched to RPG Maker. And I was originally going to do the same thing for this, but it was stupid. It didn't really it didn't really want to work. So yeah, I'm sticking to Ren'Py, but I'm switching the story idea for it to be a lot more simpler to write and develop. I do want to make what I originally had in mind, because I think it could be good. Although, just right now for the game jam, it's too much for me to do, at least within a month. And just, yeah, I don't know too much Python for that to happen. There's already been 2 entries into it, and I'm gonna check it right now just in case there's more. Oh shit, there's 3 more. Oh no! No! False alarm. False alarm. It wasn't updated. It's just 1 extra game. I don't know what itch.io is about. I kind of screwed myself over by just making it myself. There was a period where I could make a team, but I decided not to because I don't want to make games to just learn how to depend on other people for certain things. Because I want it to act as a way for me to be like, hey, I can do better with this art, I can do better with this programming. Other than music, I can't bother with that. Already seeing the games that were submitted, I could see clear competition. Especially with Rooftop Love Match. I think I was kind of expecting it because it's the whole DLC thing with fourth wall breaking stuff. And one thing I didn't expect is it's like VTuber-like, but it's like a 3D model. I definitely did not expect that, and I am intimidated. Just finished doing the voice lines that it is currently 3 a.m. for, and doing this project I've realized, well, I've already realized it before, but now it's a lot more prominent, that I have a very bad problem of leaving things at the last minute. Since then, a lot more entries have came in, definitely a lot more than 5, so, but I'm happy seeing all of the entries, because they all look very interesting, especially the ones that I've played. I'm not too sure how I feel about Skin Ridden, though. I feel like it could have been a lot better, especially since I basically had half of the month to do it. Not only that, but I also definitely procrastinated way too much. I wanted to be completely different, and I feel like that just affected it way too much. I'm happy that I did it. I'm happy that I learned a little bit of Ren'Py, a lot more than I did before, but I also overestimated how much I could have done with it, especially with my current knowledge of it. I'm happy with the time that I did Skin Ridden, and I'll definitely try to do something with the story again sometime, because I personally think that it has a lot of potential. But for now, it's just going to be that game to me that I did on a game jam that I was very underprepared for, especially since I tried doing it all by myself. In a way, I'm happy that I switched ideas, because giving the original exoskeleton, this old story, more time to simmer in my head, I've definitely gotten more ideas and taken more inspiration from a lot of classic horror games like Amnesia and Monstrum. Whether or not it's going to stay a visual novel or not is not something that I can say for sure now, and I'm just going to have to wait until I finish things like check like participants and things in my own personal life before I could really jump on an idea like that. Especially with things like Unity being the dumbest company ever, I definitely need to look at other options if I want to do anything else that isn't a visual novel. Considering it's the 30th right now, I'm pretty sure this is going to be my last devlog for Skin Ridden. So yeah, thank you all for watching or listening, and I hope to come back to you with more news with things like Jack Like Participants when Chapter 1-2 releases.